All right, so let's start with part A. So we've got this vine, it's growing. We want to know how much does the vine grow during its 26th week. Okay, so for part A, we're going to start with the sequence formula first. And this one, you're multiplying by 4/5. So is that arithmetic or geometric? Geometric. So the geometric formula, hopefully already on your card, is t sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. So if we plug in everything, we want the 26th term. Oh, I'm going to shrink it a little bit here. We want the 26th term. The first week, it's at 50 inches, times r, which is 4/5, to the power of 26 minus 1. So hopefully you can do the 26 minus 1 in your head, but basically at this point, it's all a calculator problem. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to punch it in the calculator. Make sure that when you punch it in the calculator, you get the same answer I get, right? I'm going to start with the exponent first, so I'm going to do 4/5. I'm going to put 4/5 in parentheses like this. Use the caret button to do to the 25th power. You even see it? Oh, right. So I've got 4/5 to the 25th power. Hit the equal sign. Gives you that big decimal. Don't worry about writing it down because you still got to multiply by 50. Hit the equal sign, and you still get this decimal. I'm going to approximate it to 4 places. Why not? So it's approximately 0.1889 inches. Okay, which is very, very small. So on a ruler, right, that much is like to here. It grew this much in the 26th week, right? Versus the first week, it grew 50, so 4 of these, right? Okay, but it's growing less. In each week, it grows less and less. That's just the way vines work. That is the way it happens. I don't know that it's necessarily 4/5 of the prior week, but it does grow less and less. Okay? So for part B, we need to know what is the total growth for the 26th week period. So we're going to use the summation for geometric, which you should have written down on your note card. If you don't have it written down on your note card, now would be a great time since I'm writing it up here for you. You're welcome. And so we're going to do the 26 total of all 26 weeks. We need the 50 that we start with. 1 minus 4/5 to the 26th power. That's a 5, not a 6. There we go. All over 1 minus 4/5. Okay? Again, right here, it's all calculator work. You just need to know how to tell the calculator the correct order of operations, right? So I'm going to do the exponent first. So I'm going to do 4/5 to the 26th power. So I'm going to put in parentheses like I did last time. 4/5 to the 26th power, hit the equal sign. I need 1 minus that number, so I'm going to do 1 minus, hit the second answer, so it's going to take the previous answer that's in the calculator and subtract that from 1. Then I'm going to multiply that times 50. I'll show you in just a second. And then we're going to divide that by 1 minus 4/5. So what's 1 minus 4/5? 1/5. So dividing by 1/5 is the same as multiplying by 5. So I'm going to take that answer and I'm going to multiply by 5. And you get this approximately 249.24 inches. All right? So you wanted to see just this part again? Okay. So I'm going to do 4/5 to the 26th power first. So you do 4 divided by 5 to the 26th power. Hit equals so that it's in the calculator. Once it's in the calculator, now you're going to type 1 minus you're going to hit second, and then see this little A and S in blue above the negative sign? It should take the previous answer, hit the equal sign. You guys never knew it did that? Oh. Wow. And wasn't this the class that I showed the fraction to the decimal button to last week? Wow. You guys are learning all about your calculator. Yeah. All right, so let's do part C. So the next lesson coming up, part C, is we're going to have this vine grow forever. It's going to live longer than you, right? So we're going to learn a new formula and just call it the geometric infinite series. It's going to be T sub 1 over 1 minus R. Isn't that nice and easy? Okay, this is when your vine is growing to infinity forever. All right, so you're just going to say that T sub 1 was 50 over 1 minus 4/5. And again, you're just going to type it in the calculator. Later. So you're going to go 50 divided by 1 minus 4/5 is 1/5, which we said is the same as multiplying by 5, so times 5. Whoops, I did that wrong. 1 minus 4/5 is 1/5. So 50 divided by 1/5 is the same as multiplying by 5. So we're going to do 50 times 5. So it's 250. And that was in inches. Okay? Now, look at the answer for B and C. What do you notice? They're roughly the same. Okay? Because each week it's growing a little bit, but it's growing by 4/5 of what it grew the week before. So it's very barely growing. Remember I showed you on the ruler, it's like this much, well, less than that much the next week, and then less than that much the next week, and then less than that much the next week. So it's just approaching 250 if you grew it forever to infinity. Okay? We're going to see more of that tomorrow.